Hey guys, before we get on with the video, I just want to say two things. One, thank you all for giving me so much support on the previous video. It was a Geometry Dash video, and I did not expect to get so many views. I was expecting to get maybe 200 views and call it a day. But it was my first video to break 1,000 views. I am so happy about that. I want to just give a second to thank everyone who liked, subscribed, commented, gave me feedback. Literally, even if you corrected me saying I was a big stinky idiot for getting facts about Nessus wrong, please just know I really appreciate you for just watching the video. And also, this video took me a very long time to make, so I appreciate it if you liked and maybe subscribed if you feel like it. I'm not trying to force you into anything, but it would mean the world to me if you guys gave the same support like you did on the last video. Anyways, I'm gonna stop talking so we can get to the video and you can learn about some Minecraft facts. Long-winded intro aside, Minecraft is a game a lot of people know about. Why? Because it's very big, very popular. And the thing is, people don't really talk about going up. They talk about going down. Because down is where all the good stuff is. You go down, you can find diamonds. You go down, you can find gold, iron, lapis. You need lapis to enchant. That's pretty important. But it's so weird that so little people talk about going up. Like, really up. Minecraft is such a big game. It's literally changed people's lives. It's inspired creativity for years. Over a decade, in fact. But no one talks about going up. And when I say up, I mean not just to build height. I mean thousands of blocks up. Now, building up may be the first thing that comes to mind. Because it's so simple. But it is so slow that I had to speed it up a lot just so this video wasn't like 30 minutes long. And even at this speed, you can still tell how slow it is. Because you can only tower 200 blocks in about 2.5 minutes. Now, my preferred way of going up very fast is TNT. But TNT is unsafe. So there's two ways you can do this. You can either get your diamond armor out, all your stuff, and then just go into survival mode. And then you can just, bite the bullet and try to survive it. But this tends to be unsuccessful, as you can see in this clip here. Now, you can use TNT launchers, though. They're much safer because they use water to reduce the damage while keeping all of the knockback. This means that you can get launched hundreds, if not thousands of blocks into the air while taking not even half a heart of damage, which is insane and can save you a lot of time and wasted diamond armor if you did it without the launcher. With this method, one block of TNT can launch you 10 to 11 blocks instantly with no damage. Just by adding more TNT, you can go up exponentially higher, as just 3 more makes your launch go to 40 to 60 blocks, which is incredible compared to 1 block. By adding 5 more TNT, you can increase the jump even more, making it so you can go over 200 blocks, which is unsurvivable unless you land in water. Now, with a total of 16 blocks of TNT, you can go insanely high, up to around 500 blocks. This is a jump of around 300 blocks into the air, which again is unsurvivable. But 16 TNT isn't nearly enough for our purposes, so we're going to jump all the way up to 25. This jump is insane, just trust me on that. That's right, 700 blocks. That's a jump of over 640 blocks into the air, which is incredible. But let's do what I do best and overdo it. This is the 7x7 TNT launcher I was making earlier in the time lapse when I introduced TNT launchers. This thing is insanely powerful. As you can tell by the other ones, you can probably guess that it launches you over 1,000 blocks. And that would be right, because this is the most powerful one I've made. Don't think you're seeing things, though, because that was, in fact, a launch of 1,500 blocks in around 7 seconds, which means the player was going over 200 blocks per second upwards. By taking the range of launch distance and rounding the numbers to the lowest tens, you can see all of the data here and see how much it grows. It's kind of incredible. And just to be a little fun, I did a tiny bit of math to figure out how much damage falling from 49 blocks would be, which would be almost 1,500 damage, which is unsurvivable with a God Apple and Feather falling 4. That's just ludicrous. But with all that said and done, you're probably saying, you forgot the Elytra. Elytra allows you to glide, and if you have firework rockets, it allows you to boost, making you go incredibly fast. Also, you can use it to negate fall damage by gliding so you don't hit the ground. But let's go up. With the least effective firework rockets for this, besides one that would have fire charges, you can go incredibly high, well over 1,000 blocks, by timing the clicks perfectly, so you don't waste rockets, but you never stop moving. In this clip, you can see I go up to around 1,700 blocks. But I think I could go easily to around 230 if I better timed the clicks, which I didn't really bother to, because I was kind of in a rush to record, so I've been recording this for like 2 hours. But let's get really goofy by going to just below build limit, so we can make a massive 8x8 TNT launcher, and then making the best fireworks physically possible for flying with the Elytra. We can go ludicrous distances into the air, like absolutely insane. Now, this jump may seem incredible, as it ends at over 7,000 blocks in the air, but it was quite imperfect, as I started using the fireworks too early and didn't time them very well. If I used them right, I could have easily made it over 11,000 blocks, so that's like my mistake, honestly. Now that we've talked about the absolute best, let's talk about the absolute worst, because the method I'm going to show is completely unsurvivable. Even with Totems of Undying, you can still easily die to this method. You may be saying, what could be that deadly? But it's quite simple. The thing that is that deadly is end crystals. End crystals are the crystals that are on the end, the monoliths in the end that heal the Ender Dragon during the fight. The thing that makes them so awful, besides the unsurvivability of them, is placing them down. I mean, placing them all down on this pad feels like you're placing them for hours. It's so boring. This is sped up 3 times, and it's still so boring to watch. It's so monotonous. Oh, and I dropped it. I don't know why I did that. That's pretty goofy. But I'll tell you what. These are way too destructive to be safely used as any kind of jumping mechanism. The damage reduction you just witnessed was insane. With that damage reduction, you could fall over 400 blocks and survive. And it still got me to 2100 blocks, but the fall is still quite unsurvivable because, I don't know what to say, honestly. This is getting kind of repetitive, I'm sorry. This clip is the setup for a little experiment I thought of. Now, again, it's just me placing stuff. But I thought to see how far you would fly if you just launched yourself in one direction, as the end crystals would launch me so far when I was getting them all set up like that, they would literally shoot me against, the walls. I don't even know how to explain it. I would get pushed against an invisible wall. It was so wacky. I genuinely don't know how to describe it. I'm also using netherite just to show how ridiculous the damage, not just the knockback, the damage is in this. Because literally, it's so destructive. I can't even explain it well. This is the destructiveness I talked about before. Because of the way the explosions happen, it's just a cacophony of damage. It's unpreventable without multiple totems of undying. Even a totem of undying and a god apple can barely withstand it, because it's such a rapid amount of damage being inflicted to your player. Now, as we reach the end, I decided to answer one question. Is there a machine you could make that could launch you just ridiculously far? This machine was engineered to launch as many TNT as possible into an obsidian pit that would launch you straight up at insane heights. Not at insane heights, it's at ground level. It's at 64. But this just goes on for so long, I don't even know how to fill this time. This is sped up literally 10 times. That's how fast this is. That's how big this build was. I was literally building it for 20 minutes on camera, and honestly, it wasn't worth it. I'm just gonna spoil that, because this was one of the most disappointing things that's ever happened in Minecraft. And you're gonna see that in a little bit. I'll just let it continue to play. Oh boy, are you ready for this? Time-lapse is just about to end. And honestly, I thought before it was because I didn't place the redstone right, but you're gonna see disappointment in 5 seconds. Let's see. Why did that take so long for me to click? I was just Yeah. That's right. That's the disappointingness of this finale. Honestly, I don't even know how this was messed up. I thought I misplaced the redstone at the top so it didn't set off right. But I just don't know what happened. In this clip, I go into creative, and I try to find out what I did wrong. Are the torches not working right? Was there, a disconnection of some sort? I don't know. I don't know what happened, and it's so sad, because that took so long. That was going to be the grand finale to this, and it just didn't work. I'm sorry that I couldn't make such a cool finale. It's so sad. I really wanted to give you guys something that would be, worth watching to the end for, but this was just sad. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I'm sorry that I couldn't give you guys a good ending. Because this was going to be, the grand finale. It was going to be so sick. It's just not. It's so sad. After that sad finale, there's only one thing I want to do, and it's thank you guys so much for getting me to 200 subscribers, getting me all the views and support on that last video. Thank you guys so much, honestly.